They choose Friday nights alone over crowded parties, silence over small talk, solitude over socializing, not because they're lonely, because they're selective. Today, 3 objects reveal the psychology of people who genuinely prefer their own company and why that's strength, not weakness. Marcus canceled plans again, 5th Friday in a row. Felt relief, not regret. Wasn't depression, was preference. These objects witness the psychology of solitude seekers. Subscribe to Spoony and Friends because this validation is genuine. Comment, do you prefer being alone? Here we go.
Muggsy here. Rusty blue ceramic mug. I held coffee during quiet evenings. Someone discovered solitude wasn't loneliness. My owner Marcus, 28 software developer, Friday night, his phone buzzed. Group chat. Bar tonight 8 p.m. Marcus looked at the messa, a GA's immediate dread, not excitement. Thought about going crowded bar. Loud music, small talk, forcing smiles, managing expectations, exhausting just thinking about it. Thought about staying home quiet, apartment, coffee, book, no performance required. I was there. Marcus made coffee in me. Typed, can't tonight. Felt pure relief, not guilt, not FOMO, just relief. 5th Friday he declined. Friends stopped inviting. He felt peaceful. This is psychology of solitude seekers. They don't recharge with people, they recharge alone. Most people gain energy from social interaction. Extroverts charge up around others. Solitude seekers are opposite. Social interaction drains them, even with close friends. Not antisocial, not rude, different energy system. Marcus noticed the pattern. After any social event, dinner, party, even coffee, he felt exhausted. Needed 2 full days alone to recover. But after weekends alone, energized, clear, focused, ready for the week. They don't fear missing out. They fear forced participation. FOMO assumes everyone wants to participate in everything. Marcus didn't wonder, what am I missing? He thought, what am I avoiding? Loud music? Shallow conversations? Pretending to care about topics he didn't. Relief came from not going. Not from going. They value few deep connections over many shallow ones. Marcus had 3 close friends. Saw them once every 2 months. Deep conversations, real connection. Preferred that over 20 casual acquaintances requiring constant maintenance, quality over quantity, depth over breadth. I held Marcus's coffee as he stopped apologizing for his preference, stopped explaining, stopped justifying, started owning it. I'm not lonely. I'm selective.
Spoony here. Plastic spoon. I stirred ramen during solo dinners. Someone discovered silence wasn't empty. My owner, Sarah, 26, graphic designer, lived alone, worked from home. Friends worried, don't you get lonely? All day? Alone? Sarah, no, I get peaceful, not the same thing. Loneliness is wanting company, not having it. Sarah's solitude was wanting silence and having it. I stirred Sarah's ramen as she ate dinner. No TV, no music, no podcast, just silence. Friends couldn't understand, how do you eat in silence? Don't you need background noise? Sarah, silence is my background noise. They process emotions internally, not externally. Most people process by talking, venting, sharing, discussing. Solitude seekers process internally, through thinking, writing, reflecting, alone. Sarah had bad day at work. Client rejected her design, felt frustrated. Friends called, want to grab drinks? Talk about it. Sarah, no thanks, I need to be alone. Friends worried, thought she was bottling emotions unhealthily, but Sarah processed best alone, journaled, reflected, understood her feelings without external input. Talking about it made it worse, more confusing, other opinions clouded. Her clarity, silence gave her clarity. They create better alone than in collaboration. Sarah's best work happened alone. 2 a.m. coffee, silence, deep focus, flow state, collaborative projects, stressful, compromising vision, managing opinions, coordinating schedules, solo projects, pure creation, no interruptions. Not that she couldn't collaborate, she could, just preferred not to. They validate themselves internally, not through social presence. Most people feel validated through attention, being seen, social engagement. Sarah felt validated through internal achievement, personal growth, quiet progress, didn't post on social media, didn't share accomplishments publicly, didn't need likes or comments. It felt accomplished when she knew she did good work. External validation felt empty. Internal validation felt real. I stirred Sarah's ramen during dinners, or solitude created space for clarity. She stopped forcing herself to be more social, started honoring her need for solitude as valid, not broken.
Spike here, steel fork. I was on table during weekend mornings. Someone discovered being alone was strength. My owner James, 30, data analyst, had partner, still needed alone time. Partner didn't understand. You have me. Why do you need to be alone? James, being with you is different than being with myself. Not rejection, different needs. Saturday morning, partner went to gym. James felt relief, not relief from partner. Relief into solitude. 2 hours alone. Recharged completely. They're not antisocial, they're selectively social. Solitude seekers often labeled antisocial. Wrong label. Antisocial means harmful to others. Solitude seekers are a social neutral toward society, preferring limited interaction. James didn't hate. People hated socializing as performance. Small talk felt like acting, pretending to care about weather, weekend plans, surface topics, deep conversations, loved those with right people, right time, but obligation to socialize just to socialize. Exhausting. They set boundaries firmly, without guilt. James used to apologize for needing alone time, felt guilty declining invitations. Now, set boundaries clearly. I need Saturday mornings alone. Non-negotiable, not sorry. I need, firm, no guilt. Partner learned to respect that, not as rejection, as requirement. They're not lonely, they're introspective. Loneliness is pain from lack of connection. Introspection is pleasure from internal reflection. James spent hours thinking, reflecting, analyzing thoughts, emotions, goals. Others saw alone all weekend. Must be lonely. James felt alone all weekend. Finally peaceful. Different experience entirely. I was on table during mornings where solitude strengthened instead of weakened. James stopped viewing his preference as flaw, started viewing it as trait, not broken, not antisocial, not depressed, just a solitude seeker, and that's powerful.
3 patterns, 3 validations, 3 strengths. Muggsy held coffee during quiet evenings, choosing solitude over socializing, recharging alone, not in groups, few deep connections over many shallow. Spoony stirred ramen during solo dinners, thinking clearly in silence, processing internally, creating alone, validating themselves. Spike sat at table during peaceful mornings, selectively social, not antisocial, boundaries without guilt, introspective, not lonely. You're not broken for preferring alone time, not antisocial for avoiding crowds, not lonely for choosing solitude. You're a solitude seeker. That's not weakness, that's strength. Hit like if you prefer being alone. Share with anyone who doesn't understand your need for solitude. Subscribe to Spoony and Friends. We validate what makes you unique. Question: do you prefer being alone? How do you recharge? Comment your story. Stop apologizing. You're not lonely. You're selective.